Good morning, Rainbow Crew. How are you this morning? It's a little bit dreary here in southern Florida. Getting the much needed rain. I think it's a week after the rain came from Los Angeles. I believe this is the same system. But we're happy with it. It's going to be fine. And we'll all survive. I am so thrilled, Rainbow Gang. I just wanted to let you know that well, I guess I'm going to call myself blessed. Brad is going to allow us to enjoy the latent privilege and fun and solemnity of having a commitment ceremony. And we're going to California again. We're going to go to Santa Monica Beach. He already hired her Justice of the Peach. Of the Peach, eh? I don't think that's coming, no, but we are looking forward to a Justice of the Peace marrying us. So it'll be wonderful. Yes, I am no longer de-ringed, and I am happy with my ring. And everything is going as well as I could have ever hoped for. You know, there's so many things that go on in one's life that are hallmarks to shape the future days that we have. And you know, it was kind of an interesting feeling going to say, well, we're going to finally get married after, you know, me turning what, I'm going to be turning 63, so damn good for 63, as you know. And Brad will be turning 59 or almost 60. So we're right in that range where you could say, well, these guys are middle-aged. Absolutely, we're on the high end of middle age. I don't feel too cranky yet, so my bones are not so creaky, and I feel pretty happy. But I just wanted to share this with you because you were part of the celebration, and I don't specifically know what day it's going to be. It's going to be in April, I know that. I don't know if it's the second week or the third week in April, but we're probably going to do this on a Saturday afternoon. Hopefully a nice bright sun to be setting on our ceremony. And oh God, I'd love as many of you to validate, come to be with us this particular for this particular event. I'm looking forward to it so much. I know he is too, and I'm just going to be very caught up in the romance of it all. There's a lot of wonderful things that have happened to us in the last 20 years, but this is right up there. And you know, we better get this done because President Trump has got some other, don't feel so good. He's got some other things up his rather deceitful sleeve, and I don't want to deal with the legalities of a ceremony that's now not viable. So hopefully we'll be able to pull this off, and I think it's wonderful. I guess it is our precursor to moving to Los Angeles, Southern California in general. I think we're going to be in LA County. I know he would love West Hollywood. I just don't know if we can afford it. But that's what I'd like to see. I just want a little piece of ground to scratch my trowel into, and maybe plant a fig tree and a lemon tree. We've gone through the tropical stuff here in South Florida, and I don't eat those things. They're not just not my kind of stuff. I'll eat a guava, but those meme sapotes and the custard apples, and they sound awfully good. The jackfruit, you know, it's not me. I'm an apple, prune, a pear, a peach, a nectarine, an apricot, and I guess a prune plum and some Thompson grapes, and we can have all those kind of things. You know, I had that dream of living in the tropics, and it's not really all what we would like it to be. For those of us that weren't born in a tropical environment, it's a little bit difficult to acclimate. Heck, I've been here for 30 some odd years, 35 years, and if I haven't become so used to it by now, probably the odds are that I'm not going to. I think it's just a different mentality, different place of living, and I don't really know how much I can want to deal with this all through my retired life too, because it is different. I came here in '79 from Alabama when I thought it was real neat. I mean, the prospect of seeing everything green all the time. I think I moved here when it was, I moved from Mobile, which is not a city that turns bare and treeless and leafless in the wintertime, but it's still kind of nasty with the rainy season being pretty prevalent there and having a cold rain. But when I moved there, I thought, wow, this place I'm moving to is so exciting, and I was just smitten by it all. Well, that smittenness really wore thin fairly quickly, and I didn't really know it was going to do that, because I spent I thought, guys, I just wish you knew what was going on here. This has been the most ridiculous attempt to do a video for you guys that I've ever dealt with. This camera wants smartphone settings. It wants I'm worn out. It wants a password. I couldn't give it to it, so I just messed around with the buttons, and looks like it's working now. So let's just hope that we're going to get a movie here. Yes, Paul the Rainbow Man, spreading his influence with nature, so he can tweak the rainbow when you become a beauty #1. That's all he cares about. He just wants you to be more beautiful, more popular, smarter, more wealthy, live longer, have a better boyfriend, have a nicer car, a gorgeous home in the hills. Anything that you really feel is good. A Snickers bar, how about a Kit Kat? How about some marshmallows toasted and mixed s'mores? Boy, I want everything for you guys. I want it. I want it. I want it. And if you pray to me, you'll probably be lucky enough to get this good stuff. Anyway, where was I? I mean, this was kind of a ridiculous start at 2 a.m. with a brown shirt and finish at 2 p.m. with a dark blue shirt. Here's my glasses. I didn't have them on last night, so I couldn't see. Anyway, so yes, we were talking about the ceremony. I think we've got all that in, and yes, we're going to be going to SoCal in April, and we are going to have a lovely, I believe it's set for 4:30 or 5:30. No. I guess the Justice of the Peace said to Brad that sunset then in April is at 7:10, I believe. So I think we're going to start it at 6:30. I think that's how that thing works. I believe I'm correct, which is good. You do your shopping, you go to Sprouts, you go to Bristol Farms, you go to Mrs. Beasley, you go to Ralph's or Fry's, go to Albertsons, come back with everything that you need, go to the gym, look hunky, wink at everyone, and then you can come to our commitment ceremony on Santa Monica Beach, and we'll be there with this funny man who's Justice of the Peach. That's what I said last night, I remember. Anyway, I think that as I did the script for this particular session, I think I made the point that things become a little bit better for you guys as you go in through these next few years. Hopefully you find someone special, you know. I just hope that happens, and I hope that you guys feel that each other are special, because right now it's so Hollywood. I don't know necessarily what what your life is going to be like with this person. I know what 15 minutes is like, and I see the kissy poo, and I see all this other wonderful stuff, and I'm not skeptical, although I know how honest the things can be on the internet. Not. So I'm really hoping that you guys have something very solid. It would have been nice if you met someone before you start to do this project and you do it together, because I think it does take a lot of time away from your partner. I know when Brett comes home late, it's not the most cherished thing he's looking forward to see me in my studio doing this particular program for you guys, although it's for our ultimate future. And then, he's going to sleep at 11:30, and I'm up there with the editing machine trying to get everything for you for the next day. Since evidently my best fans come from Vietnam, which of course it's very surprising, but it's true. So they want me to have everything loaded up for them by 5 a.m. our time, Eastern, so they can have an enjoyable evening, I suppose. Happy Sunday afternoon or evening, my friends in Ho Chi Minh City. I hope you're having a really good day, and have a croissant and some sardines for me. But anyway, that's the whole. This is the backgrounding information. I just started to say to you, as I recall, at the end when the disc, the battery went out, when everything went out, that there are certain advantages for you guys to have been together for a while to really enjoy the comforting, the true family you've created, whether it be with you or your partner and some animals, or maybe you've adopted a kid or two. I'm not thinking we're planning to. We're a little older, but I really don't think that it fits into our plan, especially at the prices that they're charging for real estate in Los Angeles County. Whoa, this is going to be a stretch, definitely, because we can't go too small. We have 2,300 something square feet now, and we have it at a good price. I think we're going to be throwing a lot of stuff out, actually, maybe selling it at the consignment store. But when you get to this point in time, you do have a certain more advanced philosophical bent on how life is unfolding for you. Pretty much you've gone through maybe 2/3 or 3/4 of your life at this point in time. When you say for example, just pick a number, 65. Sounds ridiculous to you right now, because for most of you it's 20 or 30 or 35 years away. But it comes very fast, very fast. A lot of the early part of life is settling into some kind of a financial arrangement where you can do things later on. But what we all had back in the 80s was corporate involvement a lot more. We wanted to work for somebody for 20 years, get our retirement, and then travel the country in an Airstream or a Winnebago. It's not necessarily unrealistic to do that, but it's not happening as much because people are. Well, number one, you guys are taking time off before you do a lot of corporate stuff, so you can see the world first, which I think is an excellent thing to do. And also you guys are doing the creative thing a lot more. So you two are doing programs like YouTube and Vivo, doing cultivating your music. If you have the musical acumen that you want to do that first. Or dabble in your artistic endeavors, whatever they may be, or you find that's your niche and you stay with art. Art has a tendency to pay smaller amounts until you get famous, or until posthumously you're ready to be found and discovered. I don't want you to wait that long. But chances are you might have to scrimp a little bit. I know there's a lot of people that are doing a multitude of things, whether it be a website, maybe some other kind of a YouTube channel, and be it gym, healthy lifestyle, philosophical lifestyle changes, medical changes, holistic lifestyle, vegan living, vegetarian living, Atkins living. There's a lot of things that you guys are doing that we probably didn't immerse ourselves in. So, there could be some other issues that you do have to your benefit, and I am very happy for you if that indeed can be the case. But anyway, we went the way it was meant to be at the time, which was corporate. And the income was good, and it is good. I'm getting a disability from Social Security when that ridiculous North Carolina driver hit me in 2008 and said to me when I saw him, "I thought you'd be dead by now." I said to him, "Sir, I don't think you would be here out in the free world if you were to discover I was dead. I don't know why you're still out, because I know there were 2 other fatalities in this particular event, but probably that it was blamed on me pushing through the first 2 cars, and I guess those people didn't have seatbelts on, which probably was good for the lawyers to to make a case against that. But I don't know. But you're out because I'm not dead. So, but after that period of time, I really started to think about what do I want to do. Let me bring this in just a tad closer so I can, get a little more. That's better. I'm just so beautiful that you should see me closer. But at any rate, you really, really want to do your planning, because if you don't, first of all, we don't know what you're going to be seeing as this country's condition in 20 years or 30 years or 40 years, depending on your age now. I don't have too much confidence in what I see with the El Presidente and El Cabinete and our Congress. I think they're really going along party lines, and I don't even think that they believe in what Trump is saying. But I think that they want to make sure that more Republicans get into Congress, so they're not going to be screwing things up. This Obamacare issue is obviously a problem for them. I heard yesterday on KNX that the senators and the members of the House of Representatives are on Obamacare. Their staff and almost every other federal employee is on a federal health insurance program that they were on, since they started their jobs. But I guess to show how successful healthcare.gov could be, senators and members of the House were put on Obamacare, and I guess they're not too thrilled about that. I'm wondering if they want it repealed because they're not satisfied that they have to pay more and it's not covering as much. Good bet, I bet. At any rate, that's different. So you want to make sure that you're covered, but as you will evolve with your partner, and we have about 3 minutes left, and I'm watching the monitor, so I'm not going to overgo the time allotted. You're going to be able to see that what the 2 of you might have spatted about might not be an issue anymore, whether it be family or income or, I don't know, the friends that either one of you have that maybe the other doesn't like. It sort of just filters away, it really does. You don't have the time to be wasting on picky stuff. And most of the things that cause breakups in the early parts of gay relationships are picky things. Oh, you won't do this for me, and I've always wanted to do this, and therefore I'm going to have to find somebody else who will help me to achieve my dreams. And that's kind of the way that I look at it from this life in the 60s and in my 60s, not the 1960s. But that's what the reality is. We're all going to get to my point at different times, but I probably have a little bit easier time of it being 62 at this point in time than you guys will, because I don't even imagine how electronically your lives will be marionetted to, you know, give back what's asked of you. I can't imagine how many passwords you're going to need for a password. And that's true, because I'm seeing that now. This is an Intel thing called TrueKey that just came out, and it's a lot of BS basically, because it remembers the passwords with for a monthly fee, of course. I started with it on complimentary. Said no, I'm not going to get involved with this. No way. So I forget passwords regularly. I'm sure you all do. But I just want you guys to just hold on to each other. You're your best friends to each other. You're your source of support. You will love each other more and more and more, if not even just sexually, but also in a confidential way. And you're not going to talk about the kind of things that you used to. You're going to be you and me against the world. Babe, it's just you and me against the world. And it's true. And I think that's a wonderful thing for you to remember. You've got your cushion. So be happy. Learn more about your partner. Let your partner learn more about you. Hesitate before you raise your voice or storm out of the room in a hissy-pissy, or to take the pillow off the bed and sleep by yourself. Love each other. That's all you've got. Thanks for seeing us again. I love you. See you next time, guys. Bye now.